Yeah.
Okay, Alice, you're live.
Hello, everybody. Hey, sorry, today's Monday. I wish today's Friday. So we can have some fun, but today we have to be a little bit serious, right?
Right.
Right? Serious. And
Yeah,
I
maybe.
hope, maybe.
We'll think about it.
Okay, or at least you have to wake up.
Yeah.
Right? I hope you guys have a good weekend. So that being said, today we changed the topic, saying as let's talk about the lighting. When we talk about that, we thought from now on, we're going to really, first of all, continue some subjects we didn't finish last week. But afterwards, what we're going to do is we're going to really need your engagement, okay? So let's say if we look at a school today, we look at overall, but down the road, we may look into a specific application, specific project,
Right.
okay? And we set up one case study. Then I need some help from you guys. I believe some of you could be expert into the school projects, right? Everybody has a different customer base out there, and some of you may do something else. But for your guys have a, let's say, school project is the majority of what you do, then what we need to have like a panel for discussion. I will invite you to join us. Okay, let's prepare for those shows. So that being said, Nikki is organizing that, Nikki, right?
Mhm.
So when we publish all the every day, the subject we're going to talk about, we asking people to help us out here to join the panels, okay? And we can prepare for that because I really want this show go on.
Yeah.
Excuse me, forever. Okay.
We want to hear from you guys.
Right.
So,
I actually want to hear from your guys. You threw us a subject. You threw us a project. You threw us a opportunity. You threw up at us a problem, right? And we need the solution. But we need you to throw at us. Okay, what kind of difficulties you got into out there, and how do you expect us to solve it? And during those shows, we will offer the solutions. Then you will challenge us, say,
Yeah.
you know, I don't think it's going to work.
yeah. So
okay?
bring your hard ones.
Right, bring your hard ones. I don't think it's going to work because your guys give us such a, this and that. We need to have a real solution. We need to have a real room output. We need to have a real color temperature.
Right.
We want to make sure the lights will work like a magic. The
Yeah.
lights will solve our problems. Challenge us. You never know. Because today we truly believe, okay, we know a lot. The difference here is this, is the team here plus our extended team from our US engineering team all the way to the overseas team, we are so intimately engaged. So in other words, we listen and we react. For instance, last night, I have a couple hours meeting with my China team over there. I literally want something very unique. Okay, we really point out something they didn't do very well. Boom, this morning I can answer that. Let's face it, those answers may not be perfect, okay? But we want to see the result and we want to share the result with everybody.
Right.
Then we just keep moving, keep improve ourselves, right?
Yeah. That's exactly right.
So that being said, please help us out here, right? Nikki, when you broadcast that,
Yep.
do you have a system people say, hey, I would like to have a topic for this day, or I want to join you guys for that topic, this is my following questions and the things like that.
So as of right now, they have my email address that they can contact us and let us know if they have any subject ideas or if they want to be a panelist. And moving forward, we will actually have like a web page set up to where they can fill that information out. So those details will come, but in the meantime, they can just send me an email and tell me what they are interested in, or if they're interested in joining us, and then we will go from there.
Okay, this is my personal opinion, okay? I haven't got a permission from Leslie yet, but I think for whoever, the participants, help us to solve the problem, put your effort into to become part of our show, I think you could be compensated, okay? Compensated by t-shirt, compensated by something, okay?
Or
we can have a
lunch gift
discuss
card,
for
we
a
can
lot.
definitely do
Right,
that.
you know what I mean? But only for those guys who help us
Yes.
to put the things
To
together.
grow the show, yeah.
To grow the show together.
Yeah.
I
Right.
think that this is fun. Like everything else, people take lights granted for so long, for hundreds of years, right? All the way go back to when our ancestors were using candlelight, right? So Thomas Edison come in with the regular light bulb. Think about what a progress being made, okay, from the past. Look at the quality of the lights and efficiency of the lights, the effort is being made.
Right.
I think this is just the beginning. Okay, I think during our waking days, right? Every hour, 24 hours, we have at least something around, I would say 14 to 16 hours a waking time. During the waking time, we being totally influenced by lights.
Especially this time of year. It's
Right,
starting-
you see what I
starting to be
mean?
longer.
It's getting long, it's getting darker and darker.
Oh,
For
yeah.
instance, this morning, I realized that the sun comes out a little bit late, right?
Yeah.
It's like almost close to 7 o'clock,
Yeah.
right?
It's a little depressing.
Right, so a little bit depressing, but something we can change that,
Yeah.
okay? During the morning, if you had turned on your lights or you come to the office, the lights make you energized. The lights make you feel comfortable, okay? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Old days, we just take whatever it is. But let's say new days, we call, let's make a fuss, right? Hey,
Yeah.
that's a part of our human nature. Let's make a fuss, okay? Let's make a fuss about the lights. Why not? Because we believe, okay, we do have a technology, but we need an input from everybody because you are the experts.
Yeah, with prizes, maybe I'll join the panel.
Right, absolutely, okay? Absolutely. So that being said, today we want to continue to talk about the school projects because we believe school, in our opinion, there's a few things I think is huge, okay? Number one, school, start from kids, right? So it's especially in the elementary school or the junior high school. During that period of time, okay, I think parents, not just the kids, the parents is engaged.
Yeah.
Because parents want to make sure their kids going through their daytime, evening time, enjoy a good light. The parents worry about if their kids will go crazy or not. The kids worry about if their kids' eye will be in a healthy stage. You see what I mean?
Right.
That the parents want to make sure if their kids able to focus for the studying stuff.
Yeah, those developmental years are short and they're important.
Right. So that's on the one side. On the other side, from the other side is, yes, we able to provide help. Okay, we don't have a magic. Make sure all the kids get 100% right on their test, right? However, we need to provide help to make the kids feel energized, focused,
Yeah.
to achieve the best they can do.
Yeah.
That's for sure what we're able to offer. Am I right?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, we want to take out every single variable. No excuses
Right.
for less than an A, right?
Right. You see what I mean? You
Yeah.
see what I mean? There's so much gray area in between. Okay. Obviously, some of those is initialize the kids its own effort, but we, from outsiders, we should provide environment. Okay.
Yeah.
We should eliminate, like you said, all the negative impact, for them not to achieve. So that being said, that's why we believe school is huge. Obviously, because of that, the business opportunity becomes huge, right?
That's right.
Okay, let's face it, all the parents want the kids to have the best.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we are going to tell the parents they're going to have the best lighting for
Yeah.
their kids.
Arguably, the lighting is the most important part in that environment too.
Right.
Without that,
Right?
what are you gonna do without that?
Right, exactly. So let's walk everybody through one more time what we so-called opportunities here.
Sure. So this is some 2016, 2017 market data for you guys. and then we'll kind of interpolate it up the best we can with our own intuition. So for K through 12 schools, we're looking at, there's 132,000, almost 133,000 schools in the US right now for K through 12. And then we also have about 6,000 post-grad. So we'll talk a little bit about post-grad too.
Sure.
So if we take just focus on K through 12. All of us have been to
because
K through 12.
K to 12, that's what I was talking about,
yeah.
from elementary school to the junior high,
Yeah,
right?
that's the bigger opportunity.
Yes,
So
exactly.
Let's go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah, you know, after that, you know, the kids grow up, they're
They're on their own.
no.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, no. So there's nothing you can do about it. For the same token, very difficult to form colleges too. I think after K-12, it's opposite. Is how the places want to improve, not the kids with the parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It becomes two different approach. So we would like to focus on K-12. Okay,
Sure.
that's good.
Yeah, so and then let's talk about typical classrooms and how many there are. There's about 30 to 40 classrooms per school. I mean, it's a wide range, but that's a good number for us. And then around 6 to 10 panels, 2x4s, just fixtures in that room.
Right.
So that adds up to a market opportunity around 52 million.
I think you're kind of low. Really? I thought the room is pretty big. Let's say this one, I would say we have here, oh God, let's look at what I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would say yes, about the 6 to 10, right? I would say more than 10, right, Paul? I mean, here we have
there's about 30 in this
30 in this room. So I would say 6 kind of low, 10 is kind of beginning, you know.
Yeah,
about 10.
This is for like an
Sure.
average classroom.
Sure.
I mean, there's
Exactly.
there's a wide range
Sure,
on that.
sure, exactly.
So
Okay, exactly.
Yeah.
So that being said, you're talking about you have something around 52.8 million panels out there.
yeah, and what do we know? Most schools, all they have are tubes. So there's a lot of panels to retrofit. There's a lot of tubes to replace. It's pretty big.
So I would say, hey, let's give people, all our colleagues out there, all the manufacturers out there, the people make a tremendous amount of effort to that. I would say personally at this point, I would say only maybe up to 20%, 25%, not more than 30%. As it being so-called retrofit into our modern days lighting. I think that the other 70% is still at old fluorescent days.
Yep.
Do you agree?
I agree. And
I thought you went to a school a couple weeks ago. When you walk into that classroom, what do they have over there?
They had fluorescent, and they had the panels with the 4 or 6 lamps, and each one was a different color.
Right. Okay. Now that's even worse,
Get
right?
a little-
That's even worse. So if you look at that, okay, most likely I would say let's focus on indoor today. Okay.
Yeah.
Indoor, you're pretty much talking about ceilings.
Yeah.
Okay. Ceilings. Let's go through step by step. If you look at the ceilings, in my opinion, okay, I'm going to challenge you this. This is unrehearsed.
Okay.
I always love to challenge Jerry and Paul, give them some curveballs, okay, to see if they answer or not. If you look at the fluorescent panel today, like we still have a few left over here, right?
Yeah, I see them.
Okay, if you look at it, would you tell me how many options do you have if you look at that panel? How many options do you have to retrofit that one? Or improve the quality of the lights? How many options do you have?
So I have, well, you have LED tubes.
That's number one.
You could take the entire thing out and switch it out for a panel.
Number two.
There's more than one type of panel. I don't know if you want to go down that road or not, but there's
magnetic retrofit kits.
yeah,
too.
there's magnetic retrofit
Okay,
kits.
no, let's just stay on the
Stick on
overall.
the tubes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, first of all, you say you have a tube, right?
Yeah,
Okay. The second one, you say just simply retrofit the entire fixture, right?
right.
You do have a third one. Paul, help him out. You have the third one.
The retrofit kit,
Yes.
the door kit.
The door
Yeah.
kit.
That's a good dog kit. Would you, Paul, come here to help this kid out?
Help the young kid. I don't know any of the new stuff. So.
Why?
So we have the retrofit door kit because let's say I have a school with asbestos because it was
Okay.
built in the 60s or something.
Yeah,
Then you don't want to actually break the ceiling, what do you call that, seal, I guess? The seal with the ceiling, it's like a tongue twister there, because if you do that, then you're required by law to go in and remove all that asbestos out,
right.
which is a big money thing.
All right. So in other words, there's two reasons for my point of view. Okay, Paul, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, actually, I'm learning that too. Number one reason is very, very simple because sometimes there's electrical code over there.
Sure.
If you take the entire inside out,
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. You're
you have to go
correct.
to the logo to get a permission.
You're
to
100% correct about that as
Am
well.
I
You got to
right?
get a permit too for the
So
electrical.
if I leave the cover inside, just take the
Yep.
panel out,
Yep.
the fluorescent panel out, leave the things inside,
Yep.
I'm under the different requirement,
You are
which
correct.
is much easy to get approval to get it done.
Yep, you're correct because you're not changing anything. You're just replacing what's already there.
Actually replacing, almost like replacing the TA tubes.
Yeah,
Right.
same thing. Yeah.
Same idea, it's just
Same idea.
TA tubes, you place the tube, okay?
Yep.
Retrofit a panel, you only take the
You
panel
just got
out,
it.
which is the door out, we
Yep.
call, right? That portion out, the remaining of the body still remain inside.
Yep, you are correct.
That's why this one very popular. We did a job in Florida. Everything
we
is
did an
retrofit.
entire school district in
Right.
Florida.
Entire
Not
school
just one
district.
job.
All retrofit.
Quite a few.
Yeah, we did. I
All
think it was
retrofit, right?
100,000 on that one. I think it was.
Right.
Yeah.
All retrofit. So think about this. So what I'm talking about here is we need to look into all the possibilities.
Yes.
Okay. There's a second reason for the third option, which you touched a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
is when you calculate return on investment,
Oh yeah.
you have to calculate all the costs in it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When you calculate all the costs in it, when you try to throw away the big bodies inside, you have to pay to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yes or no, Paul?
You are 100% correct, Alice. You got the tubes first of all.
Right.
Okay, those are a given. You got to get rid of those. Mercury in them. Got to
Sure.
be careful where you do it. And then if you got to get rid of that big body too, those are big bulky things.
Right.
You're gonna have to get a huge.
So
truck,
in
a huge
other words,
dumpster.
Jerry, your second
there.
option sounds easy. Your second option, right?
Yeah. He's gonna show you the.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this thing's huge.
Okay, guys, okay. What I'm saying is when you do projects, you have to walk people through all the options we're talking about here.
And heavy.
Okay, right.
We ripped this out of our ceiling here.
Yes, we did.
Okay, sure, exactly. But you should remember,
Okay.
you only whip it out. Okay, so if you
Yeah, you
if you that one open, you open up the other one. Okay, right. If you take the whole thing out of that, right? You take all the tubes, everything out. Actually, you leave this body inside.
Yeah, what we're talking about is just removing this portion
Right.
here
Okay,
and putting our own door in.
Right.
Take this all out.
You take all
this
those-
out, these out.
leave the body inside.
Yeah.
So untap. Then you put
Yep.
a frame inside,
frame in.
attached to the frame here.
Yep.
Okay. You put a panel inside here. You put the door back in again. Obviously, you don't.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, a school project, most likely you have to do the return on investment. Somebody's pay for it. School board has to prove it, right?
Yeah.
When you do that, you have to include all the costs in there, not just simple a panel. You have to include it, how you are going to dispose that body at the same time. Right?
Right.
That's the reason today, guys, challenge if I'm right or wrong here. That's why today TA2 LED still popular.
Oh yeah, because people just pop it in, they're good to go.
Look at this body.
Yeah.
Pop in, put the TA tubes in, you pop out. You're
Yeah.
done. That's why today, Paul and I talk about, okay, why we producing a line called non-DLC, remember?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. The whole pan, whole tube.
Now we talk about this one called a non-DLC.
Yeah, and this is perfect.
This is a perfect time to talk about.
Mhm.
You just saw a body, Jerry just holding a body
Yeah.
right over there.
Yeah.
No, it's okay, it's okay. With the same performance with the 1800 lumens,
Yep.
we invent a non-DLC tube, which has DLC has 120 lumens per watt, non-DLC is 110 lumens per watt, okay?
Uh-huh.
Same performance, same life, same 50,000 hours, the same warranty, same lumen output, because lumen per watt is different. And this is a type A 15 watt,
16 watts.
okay? But there's $1 cost between those two.
And that's big.
Okay,
You save
so
a dollar
for
on
any
this.
non-utility program, this non-DLC, any no utility available in schools, this non-DLC tubes is the best for the retrofit to replace the current fluorescent tubes. For the same token, if you want to get a little bit more fancy, people just go in, cut the powers.
Yep.
We have a type B double-ended
Yep.
for exactly same token. For the double-ended, we run on the 12 watt on the DLC, now
13 watt.
13 watt, $1
Only
difference.
1 watt, $1. You can
If you're
save
talking
$1.
about the return on the investment, that's the best you can ever
Yes,
get.
absolutely.
Sometimes people stuck into, okay, let me say this, okay? Utility, the best way they can do is $1 rebate on it. $2.99, $1 rebate, $1.99 right there. If the utility only give me 50 cents on it, $2.99 become $2.49,
Right.
$1.99. And no utilities, $2.99, $1.99, guys. Same performance, exactly same performance. That's why we always say this, okay? The easiest way to do is replace the tube.
You know, we had our utility person run the ROI on this.
Yeah.
With the 1 watt.
Right?
She said it was super minimal. Like
Super,
almost
super
not,
minimal.
you know, I mean, there's no reason not to just do
So
it.
I think that's
For ROI.
huge. Do you realize in the past, every year, there were 500 million fluorescent tubes being sold. And that's why the fluorescent tubes out there become so stubborn.
They're
Doesn't matter
everywhere.
how hard we try on the panels.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how hard we don't travel. This is still the #1 right now
It's a big mover.
because it's inexpensive.
Yeah.
Okay, think about this. Okay, let's do some math here. Okay,
Okay.
let's do some math. Let's say we talk about type A.
Okay.
$1.99, right?
$1.99.
Your guys resell for that for $3.50, let's say. Okay,
Okay.
let's even say $4.
$4.
Okay, $4 for a school maintenance guy.
Mhm.
Okay, school maintenance guy. Let's say every time when you went to the school, Jerry, how many tubes inside? 4?
4 lamps.
Yeah.
4 lamps. Okay,
Okay.
4 and a 4, $16.
$16 each. Yeah, each fixture.
Each done.
Mhm.
With a minimum labor to replace that.
Right.
$16. You turn into a next 5 to 7 years a perfect fixture with the best, again, the best savings. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. Yes.
So we have a question, and they may need to elaborate, or you guys might know what they're talking about, but
Sure.
Jared and I aren't sure. Are your retrofits PoE compatible?
It depends what they mean by PoE.
Mm-hmm.
If they're talking
What's your
about
understanding?
power over Ethernet, we don't have a power over Ethernet driver. Okay, but if they have one and it outputs the correct voltage for the LED tubes, yes, they're compatible.
Okay.
Power over Ethernet. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got me. That's why I always say people, he knows everything, okay? He knows everything.
It's this.
Oh,
What-
that's the extender.
Only it's the different cabling and stuff.
Different cable.
Yeah. It's this thing right here, Alice. It's this.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
It was big for
But wait a minute. Oh, but how come? Because
low voltage DC.
but when we're talking about retrofit, we're talking about retrofit T
Right.
tubes. We don't have these issues.
Right. Well, he was the question, and I'm
On the
not
panels,
sure.
on the fixture side.
Right. Yeah, I
I got
wasn't
it.
sure.
If it's
Like, we don't have that
DC,
driver.
If you have DC, if you have a DC driver using one, try to
Right.
light up that.
Right. Yeah.
So
We got
Mark
it.
also wants to know now, does he get a prize for stumping the owner?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Okay. You see what I mean? Keep asking. Come on, guys. You see what I mean, Paul? This is still the best of the best,
Yeah.
right? Do
Yeah.
you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Right?
This is a great opportunity to get
Okay.
questions like that.
Let's
so we can
take
handle
a one more move, okay? Let's turn to called permanent fix. How about permanent fix? Permanent fix using type B double ender,
it.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Then you're good.
Okay, double B, the double end. You're talking about, okay, I would say to the end user, to the school guys,
Yeah.
reach over there at 450, let's say,
Yeah.
okay, right?
Mhm.
450. 450 times 4, you're talking about 450 times 4, they're talking about $18.
$18. Yeah.
Okay, $18 may cost a guy another $5 to cut.
Right.
Right, remember?
Yeah.
You have to cut the wires. So you're talking about $20 has a permanent fix. You don't have to worry about fluorescent drivers ever burn out or not.
It's a little more efficient for you.
That's what I'm saying. I tell you, $16 to just put a tube in, you cannot beat that.
Yeah.
You cannot beat that. Okay?
Mhm.
So we strongly suggest you, if you have a utility rebate program, yes, using this. Otherwise, don't do that. Reach out to us
Mhm.
using the non-DLC tubes.
Yeah.
We, TCP, guarantee you the highest quality, okay, complete comparability. The only difference is 1 watt. You know where the 1 watt come from.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our first Jerry's option. Okay, now
That's your first option, Jared.
that's our first option. Now now we go to the second option. Then Jerry getting fancy. Jerry said,
He is
you know
pretty
what?
fancy today.
Okay, Jerry said, guess what? Okay, no, they all stay together.
Oh, yeah.
This one has a little bit
All
challenging
stay
one.
together.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to challenge you, Jerry.
I like
about
when
it.
she
Great.
did get challenged.
The second one we're talking about is we're talking about panels.
Yeah.
Okay, which we do a lot right now. The second one is go from one extreme savings from TA tubes to the other extreme,
Right.
which you cut the whole thing out,
Got the whole thing.
right?
Yep.
You put a new panels back.
Yeah.
Actually, the cutting is difficult. Put it back, it's easy.
super easy.
Why? If you take a two by two, our backlit panels, okay?
Uh-huh.
Right, Paul?
Yeah.
2 fingers.
Yeah, these are super
Okay.
light.
If
They're
you,
very easy
if
to
you
install.
remember, we're going to release those shows. If you remember, we did them by ourselves, took a Paul some effort to take the old body out.
Oh, it was
but,
rough.
But
It was that
effortless.
thing over here that Jared's
Right.
bringing.
Okay, Jerry?
This thing is not light.
Just was not like, okay, would you bring in a 2x4?
Yeah.
Please, Jerry.
Jared, can you pick this up with 2
Yeah.
fingers?
No, I can't.
Okay,
Yeah.
we have another question while we're figuring
Sure.
that out. Has there been any news on upcoming versions of LED tubes that have an internal emergency battery backup in them?
Here's, I tell you, no. No, I said yes or no.
Yeah.
Because question was to be asked internal.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I'm not sure. Like,
Okay, hold on a sec, okay? Let me put this one. I have the answer, he doesn't like it.
it's true.
Today, TCP has a light bulb with a battery backup,
Yes.
regular light bulbs, right?
Yes.
So if I use the same concept, but that battery backup light bulbs, it's not really qualified for emergency.
Right.
There's 2 different concepts here.
Yes.
Okay, remember that. I can put exactly the same thing here, extended it here. Same concept as the light bulbs.
Yeah.
But it will not last for 90 minutes.
Right. And that's the problem.
That's a problem. Okay? In order for 90 minutes, for the type of B, Paul,
Yeah.
show them a unit.
Jared's got
You
it.
see, guys, that's the difference. I can light up for last for about 40 minutes. But if you want to qualify as a qualified by electrical code for 90 minutes, we can using this one, it's called inverter.
Yes.
Okay? But that only apply to the type B. It
Right.
cannot using for the existing fluorescent drivers.
Right.
Right?
No, it won't work with fluorescent drivers.
Right.
Fluorescent ballasts, but it
Correct.
won't work with LED drivers.
Right. However, we were thinking about if there's a demand out there, I can put the A19 type of the little battery inside here.
Yeah.
Just make sure
can
when
do
everything
that.
turned off, you will last for 30 minutes.
I would just
That's
be
it.
worried that people would use that in their battery backup emergency situations.
Right.
That would be a problem.
Okay, so just make sure it's a battery backup concept is one thing, complying with the electrical code with the 90 minutes is something else.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope that answers your question. However, if you have any opportunities, you don't care. If you want the battery backup on the electrical code, talk to
We'll make
Paul
it.
using the inverter. Okay, or you say, hey, I have an opportunity, I don't care. All I need is a light up for 30
minutes or
30
something. Yeah.
minutes or
Yeah.
something like that. No problem, we'll
Yeah.
take care of that.
Yeah. I mean, if you're just looking to get out in the next 10 minutes or 15 minutes,
Okay,
whatever the
we
battery
need to
lasts.
keep going, guys.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
yeah, okay. Now,
That one's very light.
yeah, let him do it, Paul. Let him do it.
I want to see him lift it with
Look
2
at
fingers.
this is what I put in, which is TCP back there, right? 2 fingers. Yeah, when you
Hey,
think
come
you
on,
put
Jared.
fingers, Gary.
Come on,
Gary,
Jared.
Come on, Jared. 2 fingers. 2 fingers. Hey, I'm not kidding here. It took us, right, Paul? Remember
Yeah.
that?
It took both of us to get this out of the ceiling, and I think we both almost fell off the ladder at the same time. But
However, let me put it this way. It wasn't worth it.
it was because we
Because
put this in.
You will put this guy in because when you put this guy in, it gives you the highest efficiency, the best light distribution, smoothness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the best light output, best light
You know what
quality.
I noticed when we were putting this
Yeah.
in? Taking this out was extremely difficult because we had that big pole
Sure.
there that had like the gas line or whatever right by it. This was super easy to get.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
It was just easy to light. I just popped it right in.
okay, so yes, we still believe Jerry's second option is still the best option.
Yes.
Not the most economical option. Number
No.
one is the economical option.
Yeah.
This is the best option. We talk about the light output, the light quality for the long term. You don't
Yeah.
have to worry about anything
That's
else.
a great product for long.
Is that a product? Okay, so yeah, would you, Jerry, put that one away
They don't
there?
wanna look
I
at that
have
anymore, Jerry.
No,
Bad memories.
Then we have a second question, Paul.
Uh-huh.
What I want to say this to you guys, because I want you guys to understand all the things out there. Okay? Would you hold that one, facing me? People can see you.
Okay.
No, put this one down, okay? No.
What are you doing there, Jared?
I'm dancing with it. 'Cause I don't
No,
know.
you just hold like that.
You just gotta hold it.
We just went through some experience last week.
Yeah. Here we go.
Somebody said, we said, hey, Angela,
That'll light a fire. I see where this is going.
somebody said, I want to edge it. I don't want to back it. We said, what's wrong with you? Okay, right? Remember, Paul? We said, what's wrong with you? We said back it is better, far performing is the edge it. And Paul just keep pushing, okay?
Yeah.
Until
I did. I
until
couldn't understand it.
Paul couldn't understand. Why you want to edge it?
I was so confused.
Can we have a piece of edge it, Paul?
Yeah, I have it right here.
It's over here.
Yeah. Nikki, you can have the honor for that because
Angela.
you can have honor for that. Because she doesn't know anything.
Come
so
on,
she
Megan.
feel
Yeah,
like-
I need to be over here, reading questions,
Would you, are you able to
responding.
hold this one?
Go right
So
here.
the question becomes, okay? So the question, why you want this edge, right? This is old technology, okay? So Paul, tell them why.
Well, because in the school.
Yeah, well, just come here. Don't walk away from me. No, you stay there. You will not believe this. It's for the school.
This was for a school, and so I kept asking, I don't understand. He's like, it's for a school, and the school board, when we showed them both pictures, they said they didn't like this one because when the kids throw the pencils up into the ceiling.
That's what the kids do in the classroom.
Oh my God.
That's what they do.
I wanted to get out of the way.
Look what happened.
Oh my God.
Look what happened.
That's what
I'm not
happens.
kidding.
Whereas the Edgelet,
Look
it's
at
very
it.
compact. It doesn't do that.
Nothing happens over there. Am I right? Is that perfect? Isn't that perfect,
Correct.
guys? We didn't get it. We said, what the heck with you guys? These are better products. See what happened here? Look at what happened over there. This is, I have to say, this is still strong piece, but the kids will go nuts on it. You know what I mean? Kids will go nuts. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong
Don't
one.
hit her.
Kids will go nuts on it, okay?
Okay.
So TCP doesn't condone throwing markers at your panels, but
That's why.
how this works.
And the Paul said, got it, okay? You can have as many of the edges as you want.
Yes.
You need, then,
Yeah.
Thank
Can you
you.
tell Leslie's not in here? He's got worry.
right, Paul? I tell you,
He's 100% correct.
I tell you, application makes a huge difference. Do you agree, Paul?
Yes. Yeah, the application in that is.
Jerry, you never thought about that, right?
was
You
not
were never,
appropriate.
you never thought about that. We never thought about. I tell you, this poor guy tried so hard. Why not? Until finally they
Finally,
said,
he said it. He goes, well,
He said
it's just because they don't want the pencil to go through the panel. Okay, I get
okay,
it.
now we got it.
I
Alex
get it.
just got a workout in.
I tell you, we got it. Okay, so Paul said, just tell us how many you need.
How many you need, and we'll take care of it.
So in other words, we'll stock both. We'll
Yes.
stock the backlit and
And the Edgelet.
okay. I did a very dramatic way. Okay, I hope you're not doing that at home in your
Yeah.
office. Okay, I normally because I really threw up. Okay. I mean, if you go that way, it will come down. So
Yeah.
really, we'll hit it that hard.
Yeah.
But I
Oh, I
just
hate
want
that.
to show you guys what they are talking about.
Yeah,
I still do
you
not
showed us
believe.
already.
I still do not believe in the classroom what happened that way. I still do not believe in that.
Yeah.
But hey, I just want to show the point.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
that worry about?
There's
That's what
people
they
like
worry
Nikki,
about.
they throw pencils in the
Hey,
ceiling
I
and
know
stuff.
some kids that throw shoes up at the ceiling.
Right.
So
You see what I mean? So
Nikki.
that's what we worry about. So that's the second thing we're talking about is application is so important right now. Okay. Sometimes we're pushing at one direction, but we also accommodate all possibilities out there. This
Right.
is one of the perfect examples.
Yeah, that was a perfect example of
Perfect
how we
example.
were easily able to accommodate. We had the
Right.
product already, so we said, no problem, take care of it.
Okay. So that's what we call the second option.
Yep.
Right. Let's go to the third option one more time,
Okay,
which is the retrofit.
retrofit.
Retrofit is called something in between.
Mhm.
in my opinion.
Right.
Okay. Because let's face it, the panel itself, like efficiency, still better than the tubes.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Panels, it gives you, yeah,
Okay.
consistent, nice light.
Not bad, not bad.
Inefficient.
Okay, can you bring back another panel?
Which one?
The older one.
Oh, the old one?
I tell you what, that sometimes everything has a reason. That's what I learned in my life, okay? Sometimes we may not realize it, but after a while, just like we show you through the pencils. Okay. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
If
I'm
you're
awake.
using the tubes,
Yeah.
we call double penetration,
Oh, yeah.
okay? Every time you penetrate it, you lose about 8%, 5 to 8, sometimes even worse. Okay? If you're talking about the double penetration, if you put the LED tube inside, from LED, you already lose 5 to 8%. Worst case is 8%. Okay?
Yep.
Then through the panels again, that's 8, 8, that's
Yep, you gotta
16.
go through the lens.
If you're using the panels, you only lose once
Right.
because you don't have come on one. If you're talking about return on investment, all of a sudden you're producing same lumen package, both of them, you will find out the panel actually using 10%, minimum 10% or less watts
Right.
they add together the tubes. That's why the third option becomes valuable. Because the third option, nothing more, nothing less, like we talked about earlier, look at two things. Number one is the electrical code.
Right.
That's a major. Don't forget, save money is one thing, but you have to tell the old body out, okay? It will take you $20 to take old body out and to take another $20 to throw away their old bodies.
Right,
That's
you gotta
already
throw it away.
$40 over there. Okay, that's why if you look at the retrofit, three things right now. Number one, right?
Yeah.
The return on investment include the cost to throw away the old body. Number two, also costs you money to get another permit to retrofit if you
Right.
change the body over there. Number three is efficiency of the body. Number four, still enjoy the same lumen light quality as the
Yeah.
panels. If you do the retrofit, because you don't using it
Right. You don't have this lens.
you get a new.
You have a nice
panel.
frosted lens or a volumetric fixture in there.
So that's why all three options is very viable. That's, you know, have I missed anything yet? Since
No, I don't
last time
think
we
you have.
talked about school projects, do you
Couple
have a
points
question?
there.
We don't have, well, we have people asking if we're gonna talk about our Solistic line, which I
Yes.
let them know that of course we will.
Absolutely.
Okay, right now.
We love
Right.
Solistic.
Okay. Besides that, I would say the only thing for school we believe is the best. We're talking about different retrofit, this and that, right?
Yeah.
The only remaining things is Solistic. Solistic is big, guys, especially for school. I tell you, okay? I think we should start a campaign to tell all the
Everybody should know about it.
K-12 moms and fathers, tell
Yeah.
them to call the school to get a TCP Solistic products.
Yep.
Because it is a fact. It is true.
The facts
For
are
the
the
health,
facts.
I think every parent's worried about the way kids grow up to the K-12. That's the most important time. If you keep them healthy during that period of time, they have a less chance to screw up later on.
And the thing about Solistic
Okay,
is we're not
right.
making that claim. Other people are making the claim that it's better, the low blue
I
peak,
tell
all
you.
that. We just made the product to support that.
Exactly. I'm not kidding here. Think about this, okay? If you look at me, sometimes I really screw up because when I was young in China, God, I was completely screwed up, okay? Which caused a problem later. I'm not kidding here. Up to K-12 is most important,
It
okay?
is.
Their mental development, okay? Right? They're healthy, their eye, their habits. But believe it or not, there's a major key element in it is light.
Yep.
People can ignore that, can neglect that, but it's still the fact. Here we go. Remember that. Let me tell you guys one more time. 20 years ago, when the Japanese scientists invented LED chips, there was a major improvement was they won the Nobel Prize. At the meantime, they screw up everybody in their little brains here because the damn blue peak. Okay, I think the Nobel Pricing people should take their price back. I'm not kidding here.
I know you're not, but
There's a health
I think
issue
once they
here.
give it to you, that's
So let's
that.
see it, guys. Look at what above me, which you have your house, you have office, right? I'm holding the
Spectrometer.
yeah for the
you got it.
lighting passport.
Light
right?
passport, yeah.
Right, so on my phone, I'm gonna take the measurement. There you go. You'll see CRI 83. So this is just standard panels. Swipe to the right.
He's measuring the panels in the studio right now.
Yep. And then there's that big blue peak that
Stay there. Just look at that peak. You see, nature under the sun, you got to have a red, blue, green.
Yes.
But red, blue, green has to be perfectly balanced.
Yeah.
If you have the blue, like what Jerry showed you, peaked up that high, which caused a problem.
A lot of blue is blocked in the sunlight.
Right. And in the meantime, let's see TCP statistic.
Right. So now I'm going to take it under that table lamp right there. Their CRI is at 98. For reference, the sun is 100. I'll swipe to the right. We've now taken that blue peak down and we've spread into the red zones.
You see? So, in other words, we may not realize that two things happen in our life under the sun. Number one, red, blue, green, fully balanced.
Yes.
There's no peak. Number two, believe it or not, we have lots of red under the sun. However, you think of red is red. Not really. When the red mixed with the other two colors, become balanced. Actually, we got lots of red in it. That's why when you're doing the sun bath, you feel tired. There's a reason for it. Actually, it's not because you feel tired. You're relaxed. Yeah. So red has to be increased more to balance the whole thing. That's why we believe the statistic technology today is a very, very good one. In my opinion, we're getting old, so who cares, how we feel. But for kids, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a really big deal, okay? So that being said, today, we have a statistic tubes.
Oh yeah.
Gary, now it's your turn. Okay?
There you go, Jared.
Tell you how you screwed up, okay?
That's good. I like to think I helped out.
Okay,
Right.
so tell those guys how you helped out.
Right. So what we did is we retrofitted a local school near us, and it was for a special needs classroom. They were having some behavioral issues with the students, and they identified this blue peak as an issue for them. And some of the ways they actually tried to combat this on their own. Some of the ways they did it was they covered up the panel with a blue plastic sheet. That was one option. Another option is they took out some tubes and they showed them to me, and these were fluorescent tubes that were in there. They had a plastic sleeve, so they took out every single tube in the room and put a sleeve over top of it. That was another way they tried to combat this blue.
You see, stop here for a second. Nikki, that's what you can, when we talk about, let's talk about the lighting, okay?
Yeah.
You talk about so much what I call the general education.
Yeah.
How can people think they put a blue sleeve over a tube?
Yeah.
Will get rid of the blue.
Well,
I mean, it's just like, where
Maybe
is that-
they thought that it would absorb it somehow.
Yeah,
right,
they thought
that's
it
what
was-
I'm saying. That because education is not there.
Right,
Yeah, they thought it was
absolutely.
filtering.
Right, until Jerry measured that for them to
Yeah.
tell them it really doesn't work. Would you?
Yeah,
Would you
so
please
I
walk?
took that tool that Ellis just used for you guys and went in around the room and showed them under their
Right.
solutions that they were trying to fix the blue peak with. That blue peak is actually still there, and it was very prominent. It was just like you saw.
Yeah, but perception, they thought it was working.
Right.
Was,
Right. The perception was, well, our kids are acting a little differently. And I said, well, do you notice how it's darker in this side of the room? It's probably because you just dim the lights with the plastic.
so yeah, in other words, your common sense, you don't really have to put a blue sleeves on it, just give them the lights,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It does the exactly the same thing.
Same effect, but now they can't see.
Now you step in now, right?
Right.
Now you step in.
Right. So what I did is help them to remove all the fluorescent tubes. We put in our Solistic LED tubes in one half of the room, show them exactly what you guys saw. And then we're standing in that side of the room for a little while, and one of the maintenance directors comes in the room, and he wasn't there for any of the process. He just came in to stop by to see his team that helped me out. And he goes, this side of the room, like, why does it feel so different in this room right now? I can't really put my finger on it. Like, what's going on here? And everybody just kind of started laughing, and they're like, well, this is the Solistic side of the room. So that's why it's one of those like see you can believe type of situations.
Right,
Pretty
exactly.
wild.
So that being said, I think still is this. Number one, I think seeing is believing, right?
Right.
So please, if you identify any school project, we'll be so happy using our regular tubes to retrofit one school or one classroom free. Also, we are willing to retrofit up to certain amount of the statistic TA tubes because they're expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I mean? And to show people the difference. Okay.
Right.
And our panels 2x2, 2x4, I really think that people should try that.
Yeah.
So we are very open for free classroom markup.
Right.
So it just let us know. and we'll help you with together as a team. Okay, we show people it's an education process. Okay, show people this and that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that blue peak, eliminating that blue peak was actually only one benefit for that room.
Right.
There's also that high CRI, which that allows, like, you can see the board a lot easier.
Sure.
Your
yeah.
vision, your reading with pages in front of you, it just, it's like that color rendering, you can see the true colors of your book. I mean,
Right.
it really helps you to be able to
Again,
eye strings.
seeing is believing.
Right.
The only way you can believe that is have a room being retrofit and everybody looks at it, oh my goodness. Okay, so let's say how many trappers in that room you were?
The one half that we did
Yeah, that room, we're just talking about that room. How
Yeah.
big that room is?
Yeah, there was 40 in the ones, 42 to one side. So there was
40,
10 panels.
so 10 panels in that 40, okay? So we can do half of that, but also, you know what? We also want to do all the applications. If we have any, just change the cubes at home, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we strongly suggest to do the statistic. We can give our markup spot the panels.
Yeah.
Right? We were willing to do that. Just let us know, okay? I think it's our job. You can do we will retrofit the one classroom. How about that? Any way you want it, just one classroom.
Maybe I'll stop by.
Yeah, she wants to go to Hawaii.
Yeah, if you have anywhere
Right.
down south, winter's coming.
Okay, that's what we need to know. Doesn't matter if the panels are K2.
Right.
Well, we need to retrofit one classroom per school in this country, because through that, we want to go through the education process. Education that lights and
Yeah.
how the school is going to benefit and how kids, the parents is going to benefit. Okay, it's just huge business opportunity. But you need to reach out to us. You need to please give us the opportunity and let us to retrofit that room.
Right.
Okay, so let people, the school and the kids to enjoy that. Right.
Sounds good to me.
That's it, guys. Okay, for today. Okay, I tried to do a control system, but I think that could be another subject. For the
Yeah,
subject,
Running a little late in time.
Okay. Okay. Nikki, any other thoughts there? Okay.
No other comments over here, so let's wrap this up and get ready for our next virtual visit, right?
Right.
Because
Also,
that's something that's pretty cool.
yeah,
that we've
would
been
you
doing.
mention that how many we do every day besides this one we do virtual meetings, right?
Yeah, so we have our virtual visits with Ellis and team, and that is for any distributors or contractor firms that would like to meet with us one-on-one.
One-on-one.
I know that
right.
there are several of you watching today that have actually done that with us, and so we bring lunch to, well, we have lunch delivered to you, and we hang out with you guys for an hour, and we talk about how we can grow our businesses together.
Right.
So if you guys are interested in any of that, let me know, reach out to us, and we will get that scheduled with
Yeah.
you.
It's
And
a pretty book. Like today we do 4 on virtual meetings.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we do
Tomorrow we have
5. Plus this will be 6.
Yeah.
I tell you, 6 hour by hour. Tomorrow morning start from 10 o'clock. 10,
9.
11, 12. Oh, 9.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that would kill me. I tell you.
Eh.
Start from 9. Finish at 4 o'clock after
Yeah.
every hour.
Yep,
Right.
yep. That's tomorrow.
Oh.
But these shows are Let's Talk Lighting. By the way, thanks for joining us today for our first episode of Let's Talk Lighting.
Right, but do you feel good today? I mean, we're literally talking about options.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
There's a reason for.
Yeah.
Right. But next time, I want you to help us to do this.
Yeah, so we are going to send out details once we kind of get that whole format together. But in the meantime, if you want to be a panelist,
Yeah.
or you have an idea you want us to talk about, or whatever it is, however you want to help us grow this show, email me. I put my email in the chat, and throw your ideas.
Right,
at us.
exactly. Just like I said, you become the talker. Paul, Jerry, Nikki, Leslie, everybody here, we listen. Right? Then we threw the question at you, okay? Right, Paul? That would be fun. Why not? Give a shot. Give a shot, okay?
So with that being said, we do have these shows going on every day at 11 for the rest of the week. You can see the schedule on tcpi.com, so feel free to check that out. Register for any sessions that you want to hang out
Sounds
with us
good.
for.
Sounds good. Really appreciate it. Sorry, we changed the time from 11 to 2.
No,
I
it's
hope
just
you
today,
enjoyed
just
it.
today.
That's for today, right? Because we have
Because
11
we have one of
o'clock.
our virtual visits.
Right, we have
scheduled,
virtual visit. We couldn't change that one.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
So thank you for helping us
Thanks,
that.
guys.
Really appreciate it. See you next time. Bye now. Jerry, what do you think? Is that pretty good?